Okay, class. Hello. Good morning. Pakinig po ba?
Good morning po. Yes po.
Okay, sige. Before we start, screenshot muna pala, no?
Morning po.
Okay. So for today, we will be discussing the last topic before your midterms examination, which is indirect method under linear algebraic equation pa rin naman. Ano? So last time or last week, we've discussed during our face-to-face the open method. Ano? So during that discussion, we've tackled once again open method. Ano? Under open method, we still have two subtopics for open method, which is Gauss elimination and also Gauss, sorry, lumabis ang S. Also Gauss-Jordan method. Okay? Again, konting recap lang muna to. Konting recap lang sa diniscuss natin last week. So for open method is more on solution based, or this is a solution based method. Okay? And under this solution based method, we have Gauss elimination and Gauss Jordan method. So what's the difference again between the two? For Gauss elimination, our matrix is shall be having a diagonal of 1, then either lower part of the triangle or the upper part of the triangle of the matrix, either one of them should be all equating to 0. Then the other part of the triangle will have each numerical coefficient. Okay? Well, for Gauss-Jordan method, for our Gauss-Jordan method, comparing it to Gauss elimination, our diagonal, still the same as Gauss elimination, we will be having a diagonal of 1, but our lower part of the matrix and the upper part of the matrix is all 0. Okay? And also, we can say that since this part of the triangle or the upper part of our Gauss elimination all became 0, we can say that Gauss-Jordan method is just a continuation of Gauss elimination, transforming these numerical coefficients into 0. Okay? So those are the discussions we've made during our previous discussion or last week during our face-to-face. No. So before we proceed for our indirect method, bakit open to? Direct pala yun dapat, ano? Sorry. So before we proceed, any questions with regards to direct method of our linear algebraic equations? Or clarifications? Anyone? Thumbs up if no more questions regarding direct method. Okay, expect ko sa inyo, gets niyo yung direct method. Ano? So for today, we will be discussing indirect method. And under indirect method, again, same as direct method, we have two topics for indirect method, which is the Jacobi iteration, and lastly, the Gauss Seidel method. Okay? So for indirect method, it is iteration-based solution. Iteration-based. Okay. When we say iteration, yes po, Dieter. Question? May question po ba sa nag-raise ng hand? Wala? Proceeding again sa ating discussion. When we say iteration-based, what is our result or what is the result we are getting on this method? Ano po kaya? What is our result in getting or what is the result in this method? Sige nga po, Alvin. Anthony, are you present? Alvin, absent.
Sir, hello po.
Ayun.
Ano po yan?
Ano yung result na nakukuha natin when we are using iteration?
Yun nga po yung sir yung nagsi-zero po.
Anong nagzi-zero? Hindi, yung result lang, yung sagot sa final answer natin. Kung ang ating direct method is solution-based and ang result nating nakukuha dito ay exact, ano po sa iteration?
Okay po. Approximation po.
Okay, approximation. Ano? So the result we are getting on this indirect method is approximation, meaning there is an error pa rin. Okay, there is an error, there will be round off, truncation error, etc. Okay? So how are we going to use Jacobi iteration and Gauss-Seidel method in solving for the values of the variables using a matrix? Ano? Again, we are still using matrix for indirect method. Yun nga lang, on this method, we are using iteration. Okay? So class, kindly get your your handout, ballpen, calculator, tsaka scratch for you to solve our problem. Try to solve then what we are solving. Try to solve our example or sabayan nyo ako. Ano, para mas magets nyo kung paano ginagamit si Jacobi iteration and Gauss-Seidel method. Okay? So let us use example problem number 3. Okay? So example problem number 3, we are given three equations. So we have 5x minus 2y plus 3z, which is equal to negative 1. So this is equation 1. Equation 2, we have negative 3x, then 9y plus 9y plus z is equal to 2. And lastly, we have 2x minus y minus 7z, which is equal to 3. Kas, yung nasa handouts nyo ata is x1, x2, and x3, no? Same pa rin naman yan. Iniba ko lang yung variables. I've just used y and z. Okay? But still, same lang yan. Okay po? So, first step, when using Jacobi and Gauss-Seidel method, step 1 to step 3, same ang Jacobi and Gauss-Seidel. Okay? They use the same step 1 to step 3. Okay? Why? So, step 1, what is step 1? Step 1 is to know your matrix. Okay? Step 1, know your matrix. So, from this equation 1, equation 2, and equation 3. Matrix. Make a matrix from this equation. So, we have 5, negative 2, 3. Then negative 3, 9, and 1. And lastly, we have 2, negative 1, and negative 7. As for the results, we have negative 1, 2, and 3. Results of the equation. This is our row 1, row 2, and row 3. Okay? So this is our step 1. As for step 2, we need to determine if the diagonal is diagonally dominant. So how are we going to determine if our matrix has a dominant diagonal? So ang titingnan lang po natin is itong matrix na to. Okay? Hindi muna natin to isasali. So what is our diagonal for this matrix? So we have 5, 9, and negative 7. Those are our diagonal. So 5, 9, and negative 7. Then how are we going to determine if it is diagonally dominant? It should be the absolute value of the diagonals. They should be greater than or equal to its corresponding numerical rows, summation of the numerical rows for each of them, respectively. So for 5, absolute value of 5, it should be the summation of the absolute value of row 1. Okay? Meaning, from row 1, our row 1, this one, summation, absolute value, so we have negative 2, not including the diagonal. So we have negative 2 plus the absolute value of 3, making this 2 plus 3, which is equal to 5. Ano? So 5 is greater than or equal to 5, so we can say that this row 1 is diagonally dominant. As for row 2, let's see if it is diagonally dominant. So we have absolute value of 9. Then the summation of the absolute value of row 2, we have absolute value of negative 3 plus the absolute value of 1. We have 3 plus 1, meaning 4. So absolute value of 9 is greater than 4, meaning row 2 is also diagonally dominant. For row 3, so we have the absolute value of negative 7, then the summation of the numerical absolute value of the remaining in row 3, which is absolute value of 2 plus the absolute value of negative 1, which is equal to 2 plus 1. So our answer will be 3. So absolute value of negative 7 is 7, meaning 7 is greater than 3, which satisfy the condition. So this is also diagonally dominant. Okay? If it is diagonally dominant, then we can proceed to step 3. We can use indirect method or use in Jacobi iteration or Gauss-Seidel method. Is that clear for the diagonally dominant or any questions or clarifications with regards to step 2? Clear po?
Wala naman.
May nag-raise ng hand. Yes po, Russell.
Sir, paano po pag ano po, pag hindi po siya diagonally dominant, paano po ang gagawin po?
Then you just need to make it diagonally dominant. Ano, pwede tayong, let's say, kunyari si row 3, hindi diagonally dominant, mas malaki pa rin to. We can either swap row 2 and row 3 and see if magda-diagonally dominant siya. Since ito na yung titingnan dito, kung diagonally dominant yung gitna niya dito sa row 2. And if hindi pa rin talaga, we just have to use the direct method. Ano? So,
Thank
hindi
you
siya
po.
solvable dito. Okay? Any other questions po? Before proceeding sa step 3. Yes po. Ashley.
Sir, okay lang po ba kung yung diagonally, yung kunwari po, yung 5, ay equal rin po dun sa row 1?
Ito, yung dito, pag pinag-add.
Opo.
Yes po, this is greater than or equal to.
Okay po. Equal to rin po. Thank you po.
Okay? Any other questions? Okay, gets po. Step 2, thumbs up nga po kung gets na step 2. Okay, no more questions, yeah? So we are to proceed if it satisfies step 2 and diagonally dominant ang ating matrix, we can now proceed to step 3, which is getting the formula or equation for x new, y new, and z new. Why do we have x new, y new, and z new? Because again, we have iteration. And iteration, when solving for iteration, we are solving for new values to be used for the next iteration. Kaya we have x new, y new, and z new. So, paano po natin kukuhanin yung values ni x new, y new, and z new? Wait lang, class, burahin ko lang to. So, proceeding to step 3, getting the formula or the equation for x new, y new, and z new. So, for x new, no, you looking at the handouts given to you. So, sabi po dyan, we have sa Jacobi method, substitute a equals b plus n to ax equals b, where ang final result natin is b minus nx old divided by d. Or we can write this as d raised to negative 1 times the quantity b minus n times x old. Okay? So actually, hindi lang yan x old. This is the variables. Variable old. When we say variable old, yan yung mga x old. When we say variable old, x old, y old, and z old. Okay? So we need to multiply this all by n. So what are we going to need to know? What are the values we need to know? So we need to know the values of d, b, n. Those are the things we need to know. So how are we going to get it? So using this matrix again, nalagay ko lang yung matrix. Again, our matrix for this equation, we have 5, negative 2, 3, then negative 3, 9, 1. We have 2, negative 1, negative 7. Then the result of negative 1, 2, and 3. So from your handout, it is saying A is equal to D plus N. So what is A is equal to D plus N? Our matrix A will be this matrix. Itong matrix na to ang A natin. Okay? Then ang matrix B natin or itong B is this one. Okay po. How about D and N? We just need to separate D and N from matrix A. How are we going to separate it? So D meaning diagonal. Okay? Again, D means diagonal. So we need to make a matrix of diagonal. So again, what are our diagonal for this matrix? We have 5, 9, and negative 7. So just input 5, 9, and negative 7. Then the rest will be 0. So this is our D or the diagonal matrix plus N, which is the remaining numerical coefficient that isn't a diagonal. Okay, so for our diagonal, this will be 0. Then as for the rest, we just need to copy it. Negative 3, so we have 2, negative 1, negative 2, 3, and 1. No? So adding these matrices, we will get this matrix. Ganun lang po ang ating D and N. So the diagonal and the numerical coefficient that isn't a diagonal. Okay, so we now have D, we now have B, we now have N. But this is raised to negative 1. How are we going to get D raised to negative 1? We just need to raise this to negative 1. So what is 5 raised to negative 1? 1 over 5. 9 raised to negative 1. 1 over 9. And lastly, negative 7 raised to negative 1 is negative 1 over 7. So this is D raised to negative 1 na. Okay? Then we just need to substitute it to this formula. Okay? So we will be having an x new of our B. Since our x new from this diagonal, so this is x, this is y, this is z. The only the only column that has a value of x is column 1, which is 1 over 5. 1 over 5. Then we are to use This is row 1, row 2, and row 3. 1 over 5, which involves column 1 and row 1. So sa row 1 po natin, ang B natin, the B we are going to use is the B that has a value of X, which is 1/5. And again, those involved in 1/5 is column 1 and row 1. So from this matrix, the ones that are involved is column 1 and row 1. So our B for our X new will be -1. Okay? So -1 minus, sorry, let's use first this d raised to -1. Our d raised to -1, again, when using X new, the value that has a value of X is only 1 over 5. So 1 over 5 multiplied by our V, again, -1. Then how about this N times the variable old? Again, N times the variable old, or N multiplied by X old, N multiplied by Y old, and N multiplied by Z old. Again, what are the values that are involved in our uh, 1 over 5, or d raised to -1? We have column 1 and row 1. Okay, so column 1 and row 1. But we are going to use multiplication of matrices. Multiplication of matrices. Since 5 and since 1 over 5 and -1 is involved, then the only numerical coefficient remaining that needs to involve is -2 and 3. So we are going to use this one. Row 1 for your N. Okay? So we have N, which is 0 to a multiplication of matrices. So we have 0, -2, and 3. Then again, multiply it by X old, Y old, and Z old. So multiplication of matrices, if we are to multiply column 1, we need to multiply it by row 1. So 0 times X old. This is minus, so we just need to distribute the minus sign. So minus 0 times X old. Then again, distribute this one, the minus sign. So we have minus -2. Since this is column 2, we need to multiply it by row 2, which is Y old. Okay? Then lastly, we have 3. Lastly, we have 3. And again, from the third row, it is Z old. So it will be, again, distribute first the minus sign. So we have -3 times Z old. So this is now your formula for X new. Simplifying the formula for X new, cancel na to 0. So X new is equal to 1 over 5 times the quantity -1 plus, since negative times negative is positive, so +2 Y old minus 3 Z old. So this is now your formula for X new. X new is equal to 1 over 5 times the quantity -1 plus 2 times Y old minus 3 times Z old. So that's it. That's it for X new. Gets po on how we solve for the formula for X new? Are there any questions? Don't worry, there's an easier way on how to get the formula for X new and Y new. But before we proceed to that easier way, let's first solve for Y new and Z new using this one. Okay, using this equation. Before we proceed to the easier one. So for Y new, Again, the only value that from this d raised to negative 1, the only one that has it is from column 2 and row 2, which is 1 over 9. So the only thing or the only rows and columns that should be involved when getting the values of b and n is from column 2 and row 2. So our letter B here will be again row 2 and column 2 since this is our B. So 2 minus our N again column 2 since the ones involved are 9 and 2. Then the only ones to be involved are negative 3 and 1. Okay? We need to complete it. So minus N again, once again, this is our row. So we have negative 3, we have 0 and 1, multiplying it by x old, y old, and z old. So negative 3 times x old, then 0 times y old, so cancel 0. Then we have plus, distributing the minus sign. Distribute the minus sign. So minus 1 times z old. So this is now our formula for our y new. Okay? So we have 1 over 9 times the quantity 2 minus or plus na plus 3x old minus 1z old. 1z old. Okay? And then lastly, for z new, same process as x new and y new. So z new, again, the only value from this d raised to negative 1 is negative 1 over c. So the only rows and column to be involved is column 3 and row 3. Once again, our v, so this one is involved, only column 3 and row 3 is involved. So our b should be 3. Then minus. Since this one is involved, this one is involved, we just need to use this one. Okay, so this one. So we have 2, negative 1, and 0 for our n, multiplying it by v olds, which is x old, y old, and z old. So 2, again, column 1 multiplied to row 1. So 2x old. Distribute the negative sign. Minus negative 1. Column 2 multiplied to row 2. Y old. Then lastly, column 3 multiplied to row 3. 0 times z old since is 0, so cancel. So this is your formula for z new. Okay, so we have negative 1 over 7 times the quantity 3 minus 2 x old plus, since negative times negative is positive, so plus 1 y old. Okay? So now we have our step 3, which is the formula for x new, y new, and z new. So what is the easier way to get this formula? So we can easily get this. So not using this equation, how are we going to get this formula? Ika, buburahin ko lang to. This is not in your handout, so pay attention. So using this one, this method, another way in order for us to get the x new, y new, and z new is this one. So from this first equation, we have 5x minus 2y plus 3z, which is equal to negative 1. The diagonal that we use for our first equation is 5x, no? So let's just encircle the diagonal. So we have 5x, 9y, and 7z, negative 7z. So we've used this one as our diagonal for the first equation. So we just need to isolate the variable of the diagonal in this left side. Then transpose all the others, divide itself by 5 in order for it to be isolated. Ano? So in this one, we have x. Again, we just need to isolate x. So we need to transpose 2y and 3z. So x is equal to negative 1. Transposing negative 2y, we have positive 2y, then minus 3z. Then divide both sides by 5 to totally isolate x. So we have x is equal to 1 over 5, inilabas lang. Multiplied by negative 1 plus 2y minus 3z. Ano, same po ba ang nakuha? So we have 1 over 5, so same. Then negative 1 plus 2y all minus 3z all. So ganun lang kadali. Ano? So which do you prefer? Yung una po o yung huli?
Yung
Yung
isolation.
huli po, sir.
Okay, yung huli na mas madali. So try lang din natin dito sa ating, let's try it on our y and z. Ano? So using equation 2, again, our diagonal for equation 2 is 9y, so we need to isolate y. So y transposing negative 3x and z dito sa kabila, so we have 2. Transposing negative 3x, we have positive 3x, then transposing positive z, we have minus z. Then since this is 9y, divide both sides by 9. So we have y is equal to 1 over 9 times 2 plus 3x minus z. So again, same lang. 1 over 9, 1 over 9, 2 plus 3x minus z. And lastly for z, again, our diagonal that we use for this one is negative 7c. So we need to isolate negative 7c. So equals to 3, then transpose 2x plus y, then divide both sides by 7, negative 7, cancel, then we have c is equal to negative 1 over 7 times the quantity 3 minus 2x plus y. Ayun, same. No? So that is an easier way to get the formula for x new, y new, and z new. We can just use that isolation. Okay? After getting the formula for x new, y new, and z new, we can now solve for, or we can now proceed to step 4. Step 4, iteration. Okay? Now, for step 4, these are the ones that we get the difference of the Jacobi iteration and the Gauss-Seidel method. Okay, so the difference of the two will begin in step 4, which is iteration. So first one, let's use Jacobi iteration. Okay, so for Jacobi iteration, this is how we solve x, y, and z using Jacobi iteration. So just like our previous discussion, when using iteration, if there are no given initials, you are the one to make the initial guesses for our x, y, and z. From our open method, if there are no given initial guesses, you are the one to make the initial guess. It can either be any number. Okay? Not necessarily always 0. It depends on what you use. Some numbers might be easier to be used when solving this equation, but in this case, 0 is easier to use. Why? Let's see. So step 4, iteration. Make an initial guess. So our initial guess, let's say x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0, and z is equal to 0. Now, solving for x new, copy the formula. 1 over 5 times the quantity, negative 1, plus 2 times y old minus 3 times z old. So this is our x old, y old, and z old. Your initial guesses for the three. Okay? Again, you are the one to give the values for your initial guesses if none are given. So we just need to substitute. So x new is equal to 1 over 5 times the quantity negative 1 plus 2 times 0 minus 3 times 0. We just need to substitute. Y old is 0, so substitute. Z old is 0, substitute. Okay? Then, simplify. X new is equal to, or x new is negative 1 over 5. Or in decimal form, negative 0.2. Okay? So clear po for our x new. Any questions before we proceed to y new? Gets po yung x new on how we solve the value for x new? Okay. So proceeding to yan natin dito. X old, y old, z old. So this is the first iteration. So x old natin 0, 0, and then 0. So first iteration. Okay. We now have the value for our x new. We need to find the value for our y new. Where again, our formula for y new is 1 over 9 times the quantity 2 plus 3 x old minus 1 z old. Then again, substituting the values of the x old and z old, we have 1 over 9 times 2 plus 3 times our x old is 0 minus 1 times z old is also 0. Again, cancel, cancel. So we have 2 over 9 for our y new. Or in decimal form, it is 0.2222. Okay? Then lastly, solve for z new. Again, formula for our z new, we have negative 1 over 7 times the quantity 3 minus 2 times x old plus 1 times y old. Okay? So substituting the known values, we have negative 1 over 7 times 3 minus 2 times our x old again, 0. So 0 plus 1 times, once again, our y old 0 pa rin. Then, simplifying it, cancel, cancel, we have negative 3 over 7. Or in decimal form, we have negative 0.4286. Let's use 4 decimal places muna. Negative 0.4286. Okay? So that's it. In getting x new, y new, and z new, we just need to substitute. Any questions po with regards to x new, y new, and z new on how we solve it? Any questions? Clarifications? None? Okay. So how are we going to know if we still need to proceed for another iteration? So we have to compare our x new to x old, our y new to our y old, and the z new to our z old. Their three decimal places should be equal to one another. So let's use x new and x old. So comparing x new and x old. X new natin, negative 0.2. X old natin, 0. We are to use at least, just to be safe for now, in this example, let's use 3 decimal places. So this is negative 0.200. And our x old in 3 decimal places, 0.000. We just need to determine if they are equal. Since they are not equal, we need to proceed for another iteration. Okay? Not equal. So we need to proceed for another iteration. Same as y old, our y old is 0.222. Then y new is 0.222 and y old is 0. So again, the three decimals are not equal, so we need to proceed for another iteration. Z new, same. We have negative 0.4286, and for our z old, we have 0. 3 decimal places are not the same, so we need to proceed to another iteration, which is the second iteration. Okay? Is that clear? Clear po? Thumbs up if it's clear on why we need to proceed for another iteration. Okay. Now, solving for another x new. Class, kindly follow me in solving this problem. I might be asking what the values of our x new, y new, and z new on our next iteration. So for our second iteration, our x old and y old will be the previous x new, y new, and z new from the previous iteration, which is again, which for x we have negative 0.2, the one we solved previously from the first iteration. Negative 0.2, then we have 0.2222 using 4 decimal places, and lastly we have negative 0.4286. So under second iteration, we need to solve for the x new. Okay? So x new for our second iteration. Again, the formula for this one, we have 1 over 5, the one we solve. 1 over 5 times the quantity negative 1 minus, or plus, sorry, plus 2 y old minus 3 z old. So substituting the known values, so we have 1 over 5 times negative 1 plus 2 times our y old for this one is 0. Hmm. 0.2222. Then minus 3 for our z old, we have negative 0.4286. Sige nga po class, kindly get po the value for this one using your calculator. What is
Sir,
our
ano,
x nyo?
0.14604 or
Okay,
1460.
0.1460. Okay, let's use 4 decimal place muna. No, 0.1460. For y nyo naman po, again, ganun pa rin. Ganun pa rin ang process. Same process, 1 over 9 times 2 plus 3 times x old. Then we have minus 1 times z old. So y new is equal to 1 over 9 times the quantity 2 plus 3 times minus 1 times. So for our x old, we have negative 0.2. As for our Z old, we have negative 0.4286. So what will be our Y new for the second iteration?
0.2032 po.
2032. Okay. And then lastly, for Z new, which is again negative 1 over 7 times the quantity 3, minus 2x old plus y old. 1y old. Again, substituting it, we have negative 1 over 7 times the quantity 3 minus 2 plus 1 times the quantity. Substituting x old and y old, we have negative 0.2 and we have y old natin 0.2222. So our value for z new, ano po value natin for z new?
Ano po, sir? Negative 0.5175 po.
Okay, negative 0.5175. How about the other? Same po ba nakuha nyo? Nakakahabol po ba? Okay, so same daw. So kung again, comparing this x new to our x old, are there three decimal places equal to one another? No. If not, then we still need to proceed for another iteration. Okay? So we are to proceed to our third iteration. Ano? So again, kopya lang yan. So for our x old na ngayon, so for the third iteration, we have 0.1460, then y old natin 0.2032, and lastly, we have negative 0.5175. No? So ganun lang po yun. Ano? Pinapalitan lang natin is this one. Yung mga x old, y old, and z old. We just need to change depending on what the values of our x old, y old, and z old are now for this iteration. So for our third iteration, y old natin, 0.2032 na. Ano, ito na. Copy or substitute. For our z old, we have negative 0.5175. Oh, so what is our x new for the third iteration? Sige nga, Gladys Gida, are you present?
Yes po. Sinosolve ko lang po.
Sige, go lang.
Sa X po ay 0.1918.
1918, okay. Tapos sa y nyo po natin, sa substitute natin, again dito, 0.1460. Since x old natin ay ito. Z old po is negative 0.5175. So what will be our y new here? Sige nga po, try po. John Gabriel. Present ba si John Gabriel?
Yes po, sir. Wait lang po.
Sige, go lang. Oh, habang nagsosolve si Mr. John Gabriel, yung iba po, any questions? Gets po ba kung paano nakukuha ang X new, Y new, and Z new? And kung ano yung ginagamit na X old, Y old, and Z old? Thumbs up na po kung nagigets. Okay. Sabi niyo yan ha. Gets niyo ha. No questions ha. Sige. Okay, according to Mr. John Gabriel, the answer is 0.3284. As for our ZNU, we just need to substitute X old and Y old, which is for X old 0.1460. For our Y old 0.2032. So now solving for our ZNU, what is our ZNU for our third iteration? Jarel Marquina, are you present?
Yes po, sir. Wait lang po.
Go. Yung mga iba, kung gets na to, try to solve in advance. Ano? Para may value na agad kayo pag natawag.
0.4158 po.
4158, ganyan po ba?
Opo, sir.
Okay, naka-round off po ba yan? Yes po, Avniel.
Sir, negative ata po yun.
Okay, negative.
Negative po, sir.
Okay, 0.4158. Tama po? Same. Okay. So, meron tayong X nyo, Y nyo, and Z nyo. Ngayon, same po ba kayo nang nakuha sa X nyo, Y nyo, and Z nyo? Yes po, Miguel.
Sir, ano po? negative 0.4159 po yung sa Zenyu.
So, na-round up, ano? Okay. Same po ba na nakuha? Okay. So, once na meron na ulit tayo niyan, sa tingin nyo, class, are we going to stop our solving of iteration na dito? Is this the value na for our X, and Y, and Z? Or do we still need to proceed for another iteration?
Another iteration po.
Okay, why do we need to make another iteration? Because again, looking at the three decimal places of our x new, we need to compare it to our x old. This is 0.192 when rounding it off to three decimal places, and our x old is 0.146. It is not yet equal, so we still need to proceed for another iteration. Okay? So proceeding for another iteration, so we are now on our fourth iteration. Copying the x new of the third iteration to the x old of our fourth iteration. So we have 0.1918, 0.3284 for y old, and z old we have negative 0.4159. And once again, we just need to substitute na lang dito. No? Okay, substituting all the known values, we have y old here, 0.3284. For z old, negative 0.4159. X old, 0.1918. Z old, negative 0.4159. X old, 0.1918. And Y old, 0.3284. Sige nga po, pakibagay na nga po sa akin ng X new, Y new, and Z new. Lahat na po. Any volunteers po for our X new, Y new, and Z new? Sinasubstitute lang yan, class, ha? Yes po, Avniel.
Ano po, sir? Sa X nyo po, 0.1809.
Okay, sa Y nyo po.
Sa Y nyo po ay 0.3324 po.
Okay.
Tapos sa Z nyo naman po ay negative 0.4207.
Okay. So, yung sa iba po, same po ba kayo na nakuha? Did you get the exact same answers? Okay. So, same. So, once again, we need to compare the three decimals of our X new and X old, Y new and Y old, Z new and Z old. So, if you are to compare it, they're still not equal. No. But if you will notice, they are somehow getting closer to one another. Ano? Lumalapit na. Meaning we are on the right track. Okay? So, moving on to the fifth iteration. So, fifth iteration, first copy. 0.1809 for X old, Y old will be 0.3324, and our Z old will be negative 0.4207. Once again, substituting the values of Y old, X old, Z old to the formulas that we have, we will get the values of X new, Y new, and Z new. So for X new, substitution, Y old will be 0.3324, Z old will be negative 0.4207, X old natin 0.1809, and Z old we have 0.4207. Then our Z new for our X old 0.1809, and lastly for Y old we have 0.3324. So can you please give me X new, Y new, and Z new for the fifth iteration? Anyone po? Yes po, Jericho.
Sir Dry po. Sa ano po, sa X nyo po ay 0.1854.
Okay.
Tapos sa Y nyo po is 0.3293.
Last one.
Tapos sa save nyo po is negative 0.4244.
4244. So same po ba nang nakuha? Yung iba? Okay, so same daw. So we now have our X new, Y new, and Z new. We still need to compare it with three decimal places. Are they equal? Not yet. So we still need to make another iteration. So 0.1854, 0.3293, and lastly negative 0.4244. And once again, solve for the X new, Y new, and Z new for the sixth iteration. So this is this under sixth iteration na. So we have Y old natin 0.3293, Z old negative 0.4244. Then this one will be X old 0.1854, and Z old negative 0.4244. Lastly, we have X old 0.1854 and Y old 0.3293. What will be our X new, Y new, and Z new dito? Sige nga po. Present ka ba? Bea, Patrice.
Wait lang po, sir.
Sige, go lang. Solve for X new, Y new, and Z new.
Ang X nyo ko po, sir, ay 0.1864.
Okay.
Ang Y nyo ko po ay 0.3312. Ang Z nyo ko po ay negative 0.4226 po.
Okay. Same po ba kayo nung nakuha ni Bea? Okay, so same daw. So we now have our x new, y new, and z new for the sixth iteration. Comparing it dito sa ating x old, y old, and z old, mapapansin nyo, 3 decimal places. For x new, we have 0.186. X old natin, 0.185. So, konti na lang. Isang push na lang. Siguro, isa na lang to. Equal na to. For y new, we have 0.331, 0.329. For z new, negative 0.422. 423 actually, pag ni-round off. Ito, negative 0.424. So, hindi pa rin. So, we still need to move on for another iteration. So, we have 0.1864. Then, we have 0.3312. And lastly, we have negative 0.4226. Again, substitute the values. Y old natin, 0.3312. Z old, negative 0.4226. Then dito, X old, 0.1864. Z old, negative 0.4226. X old natin dito, we have 0.1864. And lastly, Y old natin, 0.3312. Again, using our calculator, what will be our X new, Y new, and Z new for the 7th iteration? Any volunteers po? Yes po, John Carlo.
Bale po sa x nyo po ay 0.1860 po.
Then, Y new,
Ang y nyo po ay 0.3313 po.
and Z new,
Negative 0.4226 po.
226. Ngayon, compare po natin. Our X new, compare it to our X old. X new natin for our 7th iteration, we have 0.186. Rounding it off to our 3 decimal cases. Okay? And X old, we have 0.186 then. So this is already equal. Next is Y new. Y new natin, 0.331. Again, round it off to 3 decimal place. Then our Y old equal to 0.331. So this is also equal. Then Z new natin, which is negative 0.423. Then Z old natin, negative 0.423 then. So this is also equal. So we can now stop or terminate the equation and say our conclusion will be x is approximately equal to 0.186, y is approximately equal to 0.331, and z is approximately equal to negative 0.423. Okay? Y approximately only and equal to 3 decimal places. Kasi po, the remaining or the continuing the decimal here is not equal po dito sa ating old. Do sa new natin, our continuation of the decimal for the new and the continuation for the old is not equal. So, but in these 3 decimal places, if we round it off, it is equal. So we can say x is approximately equal to 0.186, y is approximately to 0.331, and z is approximately equal to negative 0.423. So that is it. That is our final answer. So we achieved 7 iterations to achieve a 3 decimal case equal. So that's it for our Jacobi iteration. Any questions regarding Jacobi iterations before we proceed to our final topic? Naan? Clear? Jacobi iteration, thumbs up if clear. Okay, so no questions, ha? I will be proceeding na to our Gauss-Seidel method, which is also the last topic for your midterms examination. No? So again, as I've said earlier, step 1, step 2, and step 3 for Jacobi iteration and Gauss-Seidel method, they are just the same. So step 1, again, get the matrix. Step 2, determine if it is diagonally dominant. Step 3, solve for or get the equation or formula for our x nu, y nu, and z nu. Now, the difference of Jacobi and Gauss-Seidel method is the formula for x nu, y nu, and z nu. X nu, same pala. For Jacobi and Gauss-Seidel method, x nu is the same for x nu. But when going to y nu, for y nu of our Gauss-Seidel, the equation still the same, minor changes only. So 1 over 9 times 2 plus 3x minus 1 z old. The changes will be on the x old. It will not be x old anymore. It will be x new. Okay? So kung ano the value that we will be getting on this x new will be the one to be we will be the one we substitute in this y new. Okay? Same as for z new. For z new, again, minor changes. We have 1 over 7 times the quantity 3 minus 2. It will be now x new. Instead of x old, we are going to use x new. And also instead of y old, we are going to use y new. Okay, those are the changes in Gauss-Seidel method. Okay? Meaning, solving for this one, or let us solve for this one. Again, if there are no initial guesses, we will be using 0 as our initial guesses, or any number that you will prefer. So for x new, we have 1 over 5 times the quantity, negative 1 plus 2 times y old minus 3 times z old. Then for y new, we have 1 over 9 times the quantity 2 plus 3 x new minus 1 z old. And for z new, we have negative 1 over 7 times the quantity 3 minus 2 times x new plus 1 times 1 times y new. Okay? So again, this is now Gauss-Seidel method. Okay? Gauss-Seidel method, when using iteration, this is how we do it. X new is equal to 1 over 5 times the quantity negative 1 plus 2 y old. Again, our y old, if no initial guesses are given, you are the one to make the initial guesses. For in this case, I use 0, 0, 0. So we multiplying it to 0. So negative 1 plus 2 times y old, which is 0, minus 3 times z old, which is also 0. So our x new will be, once again, cancel. So we have negative 1 over 5, or in decimal form, negative 0.2. Okay? Now, for y new, this is where the changes starts. Okay? So 1 over 9 times the quantity 2 plus 3 times x new. So what we've solved earlier, or in the x new for the first iteration, that is what we are going to use on our y new. So in this case, negative 0.2. 2. Then for z old, again, we're still not getting any new values for z, so we just need to use the z old. So this is just 0. So what will be our value for y new?
0.1556 po.
0.1556, ganun po ba?
S po.
Okay. Then for our z new, once again, substitute the values of x new and y new. So we have negative 1 over 7 times the quantity 3 minus 2 times x new natin, which is negative 0.2, and our y new, which is 0.1556. Plus 1 times the quantity 0.1556. So what is our z new for the first iteration?
Negative 0.5079 po.
How about the other? Same po ba ng nakuha? Okay, baka basta kayo nag-heart ha. Try to solve din po on your own. Okay? So again, same situation, same condition as same condition for the Jacobi iteration. We need to compare their decimal if if it is equal to the decimal of the x old. So in this case, our x new is negative 0.2, while for our x old it is 0.000. So no, not equal, then meaning we still need to proceed for another iteration. Okay? Meaning we are to proceed for the second iteration. And in our second iteration, x old will now be negative 0.2, y old will be 0.1556, and z old will be negative 0.5079. Now, before I proceed to the second iteration in solving for x new, y new, and z new, any questions or clarifications regarding Gauss-Seidel method? Any questions po? Or kung bakit ito ang mga sinasubstitute dito? Or gets po ng lahat? Clear po? Thumbs up if gets po. Okay, so no questions, no? So again, let's proceed. So getting the value of x new, y new, and z new using Gauss-Seidel method. So for x new, y old, and z old, substitute. We have 1556 for y old. Z old, we have negative 0.5079. So what will be our x new here? Sige nga.
Ano po? 0.0247.
Ayun. 0 point? Ano yan?
0247.
0.0247?
Isa pa pong 0. 47.
Ganyan po ba?
Apa.
Oh, same po ba na nakuha ng iba? Same po kaya?
Ay, wait lang po sir. Parang may mali po kasi.
Okay, sige.
Sir, hindi po ba 0.1670?
0.1670 po? Ganyan po ba?
Yes po.
Wait, try ko isolve din. 0.1516. Okay, so same po kami na nakuha. It is 0.1670. Ano? For our x new. Then for our y new, again, since we already have our x new, we just need to substitute it here. So 1 over 9 times the quantity 2 plus 3 times x new. So 0.1670. No? Copy agad or substitute agad. Then for our 1z old, we have negative 0.5079. So what will be our y new for this second iteration?
0.3343 po.
3343. Same po ba na nakuha ng iba? Okay, yes daw. For our z new, again, just copy the solved x new and y new in this formula. Substitute. For x new, we have 0.1670. Y new, we have 0.3343. So what is our z new here?
Negative 0.4286 po.
4286. Same po? Ang nakuha ng iba? Okay, same daw. So again, comparing it to our x old, y old, and z old, then x new, y new, and z new, still not equal. So we still need to proceed for another iteration. So for x old, for the third iteration, it will be 0.1670, 0.3343, and lastly, we have negative 0.4286. Then again, solve for x new, substituting y old and z old. So we have 0.3343. For z old, we have negative 0.4286. What will be our x new? What will be our x new for the third iteration class? Anyone? Let me call on. Are you present? Ed Benzar Aledo. Present ka ba? Wala, absent? No, absent si Ed Benzar Aledo. Yes po, Ernest.
Sir, ang nakuha ko po yung 0.1909 po.
1909. Same po ba ng sa iba? Okay, how about po sa y nyo natin? Ang isa-substitute lang natin dito, kuhanin nyo yung y nyo. Ano pong makukuha natin? Ito, 0.1909 lang. Kung ano lang nakuha natin doon. And for our z old, again, copy the z old. We have negative 0.4286. So what will be our y new here? Yes po, Shane?
0.3335 po.
3335. Same po na nakuha ni Shane ng iba? Okay. And lastly, for our z new, our x new will be 0.1909 again. For our y new, it will be 0.3335. So what is our z new here? Yes po, Ernest.
Sir, ang nakuha ko po yung negative 0.4217.
4217. So same po ba kayo na nakuha ni Ernest? Okay, so same now. So again, we need to compare it again sa x old natin. Since hindi pa rin sila equal, we still need to proceed for another iteration. So this will be now 0.1909. This will be 0.3335. And for z old, we have negative 0.4217. So we are now on our fourth iteration. Once again, solving for x new, we just need to substitute y old and z old. Y old and z old, we have 0.3335. Z old, we have negative 0.4217. So what will be our x new for the fourth iteration? May I call on Edsel Angeles? Are you present?
Yes po, sir. Ang nakuha ko po ay 0.1864.
1864. Okay, then substituting this 1864 sa ating y new, we have 0.1864. And our z old, we have negative 0.4217. What will be our y new? Mr. Dave Aguila, are you present? Go. Three, one, two. Then again, once again, for our z new, substituting the xu and the y new on the ones that we've solved during this current iteration, we have 0.1864, and for our y new, 0.3312. So what will be our z new here? Are you present, Adam? Al-Shahad?
Wait, sir.
Okay, go.
Negative 0.4228.
Okay, negative 0.4228. Okay, class, did you get the same answer for x new, y new, and z new? Okay, all of them are the same. Okay, then we just need, again, compare it. If it's still not equal, then we still need to proceed for another iteration. So for our x old now is 1864, then 0.3312, and lastly, negative 0.4228. So we are now on our fifth iteration. Yes po. Yes, Adam.
Sir, the Z is negative 0.4226.
4226.
Sorry, sir.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Is it the same for others?
Yes po.
Okay, 0.4226. Now, for our fifth iteration, now, again, for x new, we just need to copy y old and z old. So we have 0.3312, then we have negative 0.4226. What will be our answer in x new? Anyone? Volunteer na. Yes po, Russell.
0.1860 po.
Okay, 1860. Then for our y new, again, x new, kung ano, what we solve here, just copy 0.1860. Then z old, just copy from our z old, we have negative 0.4226. So what will be our y new? Yes, Jericho?
0.3312 po.
3312. And then lastly, for our z new, just copy the x new and y new from our x new and y new. Under fifth iteration, we have 0.1860 and 0.3312. So what will be our z new here? Yes po, Bea.
Negative 0.4227.
Oh, it's negative 0.4227. Now, my question, class, are we going to stop na in this fifth iteration? Or are we going to proceed for another iteration?
Stop na.
Okay, we are going to stop na. Why? Again, let us look on the three decimal places of each of x new, x old, y new, z new, and z old. So for x new, we have 0.186. For x old, we have 0.186 also, rounded off, so they are now equal. For y old and y new, we have 0.331. Rounding off to 3 decimal places, 0.331. Again, they are equal. And lastly, for our Z new and Z old, we have 0.423. Rounding it off to 3 decimal places, then we have 0.423 also. They are equal. So we can now say that x is approximately equal to 0.186. Y is approximately equal to 0.331. And Z is approximately equal to 0.423. Okay, so the same answer that we've got in the Jacobi iteration and Gauss-Seidel method. The only difference is, for Gauss-Seidel, we are using x new for our y new and x new and y new for our z new when solving y new and z new respectively. Okay, that is just the difference between the two. And also, Gauss-Seidel method has a much more faster way to solve for the values of x, y, and z. If you will notice, during our Jacobi iteration, we've used 7 iterations. While for Gauss-Seidel, we just use 5 iterations. So that's it. Are we clear with regards to indirect method? Clear po? Jacobi iteration and Gauss-Seidel method and the difference between the two. Again, repeat ko lang, step 1, step 2, and step 3 for Jacobi and Gauss-Seidel, they are the same. Step 1, make a matrix. Step 2, determine if they are diagonally dominant. Step 3, if they solve for the formula for x new, y new, and z new. No? Then, for the step 4, iterations. That will be the start of the difference between the Jacobi and the Gauss-Seidel method. Okay? So, that's it for our midterms. So, tomorrow is no more classes tomorrow. Okay? So, see you na lang on our midterms. So, if there are no more questions or if there are any questions or clarifications, just raise your hand na or just magpait na lang dito. Yes po, Alvin.
Sir, excuse po. About po sa midterms, bale, ang ating pong scope ay simula hanggang dito po.
Yes.
All problem solving po.
Di pa ako nakagagawa. Titingnan ko muna kung all ay problem solving. No. Pero most likely problem solving lahat. Okay? Most likely problem solving na lang lahat. Any other questions po? Ayun pala, reminders pala. Sa midterms po, ako po ay strict. I'm strict when it comes to instructions and following the directions. Okay, so kindly please read the instruction and directions. Once you've not followed the instructions or directions, I will not consider the answer na. Okay po? Clear po tayo doon. So if there are no
Yes.
more questions and clarifications, you may leave this meeting na and that's